My brother's accident wasn't an accident, and what I discovered still haunts me. My name's Ethan, and this story still makes my stomach turn. 6 months ago, my little brother Ryan, he was 18, got into a terrible car crash. They said it was a freak accident. His car had spun off the road and hit a tree late at night. He survived, but he was in a coma for 3 weeks. The police report said there were no signs of foul play. Case closed. Everyone tried to move on except me. See, Ryan wasn't the type to speed or drive reckless. He was the careful one, the kid who'd nag me about wearing a seatbelt. So when I saw the wrecked car in the impound lot, something immediately fell off. The back bumper was completely smashed in, but the tree had hit the front. That didn't make sense. I asked the officer about it, and he just shrugged, saying maybe it spun before impact. But my gut wouldn't let it go. A few days later, I went through Ryan's phone, which the police had returned. Most of it was normal group chats, memes, playlists, but one thing caught my eye, a string of messages from a guy named Kyle. Kyle was an older kid from his school, someone Ryan used to hang out with before they fell out. The last message from Kyle, sent the night of the crash, said, "Meet me by Ridgeway Hill. We need to talk." No one ever mentioned Kyle in the investigation. So I decided to pay him a visit. Kyle acted cool at first, too cool. When I mentioned Ryan's name, he got quiet. Then he said something like, "Man, that was just bad luck." I told him not to drive angry. That phrase, drive angry, stuck in my head. Later that night, I told my mom what Kyle said. She froze. Then she told me something she'd been keeping secret. A few days before the crash, Ryan had confessed that Kyle owed him money, a lot of money, from a deal gone wrong. Ryan had been threatening to tell Kyle's parents. I decided to go back to Ridgeway Hill. And there, on the side of the road, half buried in the dirt, I found something the police missed, a broken headlight cover. It wasn't from Ryan's car. The next morning, I handed it to the officer and asked them to test it. Weeks later, the results came in and the headlight belonged to Kyle's truck. He'd rear-ended Ryan that night. He didn't try to kill him, but he chased him, trying to scare him. It went too far. Ryan lost control. Kyle was arrested for reckless endangerment. Ryan's still healing, both physically and mentally. He doesn't like to talk about that night, but he knows the truth now. And me? I still drive past that stretch of road sometimes. Every time I see the skid marks fading from the asphalt, I can't help but think. If I hadn't looked closer, everyone would have believed it was just an accident.